and you said that it wasn't, that it was your decision and a few other members. So essentially what you're doing is that this, my brother, you said you are who? Marori, my brother, this is not your petition. This is a petition of all these members. So any decision about this petition and how it proceeds before the Senate must be a collective decision of all the petitioners. I was actually shocked because I met that lady from Vihiga. You're getting impatient? Am I finished? Yeah. No, let me just finish. So I met that lady from Vihiga 2 weekends ago in Vihiga. And she introduced herself to me and said, you know, we have this petition before you people. And if she can be honest, I told her, good people, all of us, let us not mess football in this country. Is that what I told you? Yes, let's not mess football in this country. People go and sit down with FKF, agree on the way forward, and let's get a solution to this thing. My brother, I feel personally, as a friend of this committee, personally insulted by you by saying that Nick has done his thing of bribing people and exchanging with a clerk of the Committee of Senate on an official matter and using the language that you used. In essence, what you're telling the clerk is the people that you're dealing with, not very honest people. I rest my case.
You qualified your statement by saying we have been experiencing the same from office of the CS. Finally, the Constitution is very clear. So you actually qualified your statement that bribes have been received. And then for you to take the clerk of this committee casually like that is a disrespect not only to her, but also to us as a committee. Because the matter is not hers. Like what you are handling in the petition is not yours. So you took it like it is person to person. Whereas this is institutional. The institution of football, which is not yours. The institution of Committee of Senate, which is not hers. These are institutions that you do not need to take them like person to person and in such a level as casual as you handled. Senator Matai.
I want to say in all these communications, I'm addressing you. There's a difference between postponement and a receipt of the bribery. If it is bribery, then we need proof. And if it is postponement, there must be a reason. If someone says, I want this meeting, which is going to be held tomorrow, or which is going to be held on this particular day, I want it postponed. They give reasons. Or if not reasons and the dates are so close, they say on a matter of urgency, that this matter be postponed. My question that comes to you is, do you have any evidence of bribery? Because everybody is concerned here about bribery. On that allegation. Secondly, now you'll answer my second question. If someone says they are postponing because they are not feeling well, assuming that it could be one of the reasons, I'm not feeling well, or even either you have gone to hospital, you have been operated, you are human, you can fall sick. Your mother can fall sick, or your wife can fall sick, or even your child who you love so much, or your children you love so much in the house can fall sick. You mean you must come to this meeting because it doesn't care whether your child is in the hospital, whether she's being operated, or whether she's going to die or she's going to survive. You must come here. You cannot write a letter and say, I excuse myself, please, can you adjourn that meeting? I will not be able to attend for certain reasons. That is why there was that postponement request. That is how I'm looking at it, which you could also have done. It came from him, but what stopped you from doing it also? That's number one. Number two, I'm sure you've been a player. You've been a football player. You've been a football player. And 2 teams have already gone into the field. 90 minutes have not started. But the ball is right in the middle. And there's one team which is standing there to start the football. But the referee has not blown the whistle. My friends, my question is, we have not even had this matter. We have said people should go and sit and deliberate and find a solution. We have not started this matter, but we are already in it, and we are the arbiters. We are in the field. How do we, that referee, who is us, do we blow for a penalty? We have not even started. We are already there in the field. You're on this side, and the other side is on that side. By alleging that there's a bribe that has been taken, it is because we have blown a penalty. That must be taken. There. Put it here. Goalkeeper enda pale. Mpira haujaanza. Enda pale. Simama hapo, wao wanapiga penalty. That's exactly what you meant. That's exactly what you meant. That by us taking a bribe, we have taken a position already. Who is winning, who is losing. By blowing the penalty, you go there, take this penalty, and we blow overboard. 90 minutes have been played. Do you think football, you as a footballer, do you think football is played like that? What wrong have we done by asking you as parties to go and sit and negotiate? If you cannot find a negotiation, come back here. But then now, instead of you coming back here, you have alleged that we have already called you people, come on this date, start the game, but you won't start because I have not blown the whistle. But I have blown the whistle for a penalty because you're already alleging that we have taken a bribe. That is the position in the whole scenario now. That this committee, and you are even saying if this committee does not even accept to meet you within the next 28 days, you have avenues to go to the president. You are at liberty to go to the president. Let me tell you, don't threaten us with the name of the president. This parliament is not controlled by the president. And I want to make it very clear to you that the president cannot do anything to this house. We have seen so many presidents come and go. So don't insert the name of the president to create fear on this committee. So that is my analogy to all this, what you have done, Shenanigans. And I don't think I agree with you. Thank you, Chair.
Chair,
Yeah.
let's mention because
Yes.
I think these sentiments which were expressed by Mr. Marori, unless the other committee, the other petitioners accept them, they have been made personally by Mr. Marori. And therefore he should bear the responsibility. We should make progress. The committee can take a decision to ask him to apologize and withdraw, or alternatively they can maybe punish the way they want to punish him, so that we should make progress. And you know we are supposed to be in plenary at 2:30 and it's now 1 o'clock. I will take that direction that if the other petitioners also are of the same view as Mr. Marori, then they either apologize and we move on, or we punish them. And let's hear Mr. Nurdin Taib. I think he's an older member.
Okay, the other members. The other members let me have 3 people coming from different locations, maybe Vihiga, Kajiado, and Tharaka-Nithi, and finally, yeah. Okay, so let's have Kajiado back there.
Your Honorable Chairman, if it pleases you again, I'm Moses Kamalik. I'm from Kajiado. I'm quite sorry, I'm quite shocked, and I apologize for all that has taken place. We were not part and parcel of this. We were not copied anything. And I kindly request you, your Honorable Chairman, together with the committee, please, together with the clerk of the Senate, together with the press and the rest, we are sorry for any misguiding or in case of any miscommunication that came from our party, from our person, Mallory. Our part, we apologize and we really respect this committee, and it's only our prayer that we were not able to come into a decision with our brothers from FKF. We felt that at least we needed to do a letter, and then we shared that letter so that the Senate committee can come up with a framework and advise us on how we can at least harmonize all our resolution and come up with a way forward. Kindly, sir, please bear with us, and we are asking that at least through this, we are going to do an apology letter, at least to the Senate, to clear any misunderstanding. 2, we are going to ensure that at least we go to the press and ensure that at least we keep the guidelines and we give a clear roadmap on what has happened and what has transpired at the end of the day. It's my desire and it's my prayer at least this Senate committee will give justice and at least will give up a roadmap and a clear framework on how at least football and other sports at least will be managed in terms of election and in terms of management and in terms of organization. It's my desire.
Okay, somebody else.
From Tharaka-Nithi County. Hata mimi ni wow. Hiyo mambo yote imeongewa hapa tukujua, na tafadhali tumesema sorry kwa sababu mimi ni papa wa federation, hata nikimwenda na nijua ni baba wa CFA, na hiyo makosa yote iliingia kwa wa secretary. Tukua tunajua, lakini tutamkonsoa kwa sababu kusema ukweli, hata mimi nimesikia hiyo mambo si mazuri, lakini mtusamee sisi kwa sababu hiyo makosa yote iliingia, sisi tukua tunajua, kwa sababu tukianza kupiga Senate, tukipiga Senate tunapiga serikali, na ndio wanatupatia pesa ya kulani uko mashinani.
Asante.
Thank you.
Somebody else.
Mwenyekiti, asante sana. Kile sisi hatuna habari, tumesikia hizi habari saa hizi hapa, na baadhi ya masenators tumefanya kazi ya mpira huko nje vile vile, na tunaelewa heshima ambayo mmetupatia, na hii heshima kama hili ambayo mmetupatia, sioni kwa nini sisi tuharibu uhusiano na Senate kwa sababu ya barua moja ambayo imeandikwa pasipo idhini yetu au pasipo fikra yetu. Barua yenyewe ladha yake ni mbaya, ladha yake haiwezi kuwa nzuri, ladha ni mbaya. Kuna vitu ambavyo tukiandika, hata hiyo risala ambayo imetumwa katika simu, hata kama ni hakuna risala ya nafsi, ati unamtumia mtu risala nafsi, ati nyinyi marafiki, haingiliani hata kidogo. Ukishatuma risala ushakashif hiyo, ushakashif hii idara ambayo ya kwamba inapaswa kutuelekeza na kutupatia sheria. Sisi wengine hatujui mambo ya sheria sana, lakini nyinyi wenyewe mnajua mambo ya sheria zaidi, mnatuelekeza, na mpaka sasa tumekuja katika mikutano karibu 3, mmetuelekeza vizuri sana na tulikuwa tukipata mwangaza ya uzuri, lakini mtatuia radhi sana hiyo barua. Sisi
asante.
Kama marafiki
tupatie mama.
Asante.
Tupatie mwisho alafu sisi tukate.
Thank you so much, Chairman, Senators and the House at large. My name is Charity Wangoma from Waheshimiwa County. Mine is just to blame his utterances on maybe the weight, the pressure and frustrations that maybe he gets from various stakeholders that are looking at him or at us as, people that are supposed to bring back, the lost glory and, save this beautiful game that, as you rightly said, is a game that is watched by thousands of people in the country, regardless of age and gender. So I also want to apologize to the Senate clerk for that exchange, you being a lady. On behalf of the ladies, I feel so bad. So I really apologize. And I want to ask the House Committee to find a place in your hearts to just, forgive us of that, and let us just, take a step back, wrap that out of, delete it out of the context, and then start again. We've been making beautiful headways. Let us continue so that we, the whole republic is looking at us out there. How is it going to go? Yes, thank you.
Asante sana mwenyekiti. Jina la Lisero, ni katibu kutoka kaunti ya Vihiga. Basi kwa niaba ya mambo ambayo yameongewa hapa na wewe mwenyekiti kama baba wa nyumba, manake nilikuwa naona sasa mwelekeo pengine ulikuwa unakuwa mbaya, manake Jaji Mazayo Senator ni rafiki yangu sana tangu tulipojuana, na leo ndo nimemwona amekasirika na ileti shangwe, sababu anakuwa mkarimu sana na mpole sana, na nimeona leo amepandwa na hamaki. Kwa hivyo tunaomba vile wenzangu wamesema, tunaomba radhi kwa sababu hisia zipo na huwa zinatokea, na wewe kama baba wa nyumba, pengine mtoto wako sasa mmoja pengine amekosa, na mtoto akikosa kama amechukua kitu mkati mkono, unamregesha kwa upole hata kulingana na maandiko matakatifu ya Biblia. Kwa hivyo ningeomba tu kwa busara yako kama mwenyekiti, kule mahali tulipotoka ni mbali na tunapopelekea pia ni karibu. Kwa hivyo nakushukuru kwa yote, asante kwa fursa hii. Samahani sana tena, samahani kubwa. Asante.
Members, are we accepting the apology?
Chair.
Yes.
Senator, go first.
Thank you, Chair. I appreciate the voices that have been able to speak, and personally, I do accept the apology. I want to say to the lead petitioner, you're lucky. You have a very good team around you. And I hope that, hata kama si hapa, that the team internally will discuss these kinds of matters moving forward, so that when you speak, you're speaking in one voice. Si mtu mmoja pekee ambaye anaenda mbele, alafu kisha does what he or she thinks is best for the group. I think it's a lesson that you all, as a team, and using the analogy of football, should be able to go to your captain and say, hey, Mase, mkubwa, next time let's do it this way, this way, this way. So it looks like there is an internal process that also needs to be tightened amongst you as the petitioners. But I do humbly accept, and especially as a woman, I too felt very bad, but I'm glad that there has been a clear apology that has been sought, and I accept.
Because of time, I think we accept the apology, and I like the direction taken by the gentleman from Kajiado. They are going to do a presser to apologize, and even as we do that, the gentleman, Mr. Marori, will formally have to apologize to the committee. And I think we have to listen to this matter to its logical conclusion. So personally I accept, and in future, Mr. Marori, is good to move with your team. You should not be a lone ranger in a matter which is of national interest, because now we've wasted a whole committee hour because of something which should have conversed amongst yourselves. And now, in as much as we are complaining about days, we have lost today, which would have made progress in resolving this matter. Thank you, Chair.
Members, what do we do? Do we proceed? Do we postpone so that we have another time for it?
Chair, I think what we can do is that now that we have resolved the issue of a lack of confidence in the committee, and majority of the members have confidence in this committee, we can get the progress, if any, which was made when we asked the two parties to sit down and come up with, and see whether they can resolve this matter amicably. And then once we hear that, we can make a decision as to what we do next. Because we had given them 30 days to sit down and come up with an agreement, a solution to this problem. Because what we are trying to do is we are trying to promote the interest of football here. We are not for FKF, we are not for the associations. We are an independent institution. Okay. So what we are trying to do is to see what will be the best interest of the country. And for you people to sit down and agree and resolve this issue, it will promote football, and at the same time, we will not have maybe made a decision that makes one party a loser and another party a winner. We want everybody to win, and that will be the best interest of our football. Now that we have AFCON Pamoja 2027 coming up in the next 3 years. So, Chairman, I will say that we hear if they have made any progress, and if they have not made any progress, we hear what are the issues that are still outstanding. Because even the other day you saw NADCO gave a report to the committee that was dealing with the issues of high cost of living. It made its report. The report is there, although one side says they are not happy with the report, but it's still there. So we have to see what you discussed and what resolutions you made. If you have not agreed, we know where the problem is, so that we can assist you in coming up with a resolution. Thank you, Chairman.
I think...
Chair. Thank you. Chair, one thing I want to say is it's been very painful listening to this kind of deliberations, particularly when we as a committee stand accused. I have soul searched myself, and in view of being very close and person who loves football, close to all the footballers in this country, and my association with you people, I have accepted the apology. And secondly, I would go the direction of both my sister here, my accepting that apology, and also to say we separate the issues. The issues before us right now is whether there is a report that these people met, and if they met, what outcome did they come up with? And if not, then we are prepared to even give you a date, even if it means next week, so that we can so that we can write that report. If you have met, if you have not met, then we can give a timeline, our time frame between now and next week, that you come back again here, so that we can now get that report as a way of finding an amicable settlement. If not, I know you people are more concerned about, we have an election coming ahead of us. You're focused there. This committee, there is nothing it cannot do. We can direct the KFF what to do. We can make recommendations to the minister on what to do with FKF or football fraternity in Kenya. We have those powers. So I don't think there's anything that this committee cannot do, for as long as to make all Kenyans in this country, football fraternity, be happy with the decision of this committee.
All right, all right.
I thank you, Chair.
Thank you. So,
Chair.
Marori.
Yes, Chair.
So we would like to hear from your own mouth the apology, and then whether you have a report or not, and then we will go to Chair, or is it President? Yes. Whether there is a report or not, and what is the way forward. So let's hear the apology first.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I personally, from the bottom of my heart, I apologize to this committee and to Madam Gertrude. I'm really very sorry for the utterances which I made. I think I've learned a lesson. I never knew it was of weight as that, and it came through emotions, which somehow I think I have a weakness on that. I can attest, and even my fellows can attest, and I think in the future
I try to control my emotions. Honorable Stewart Mathayo, I know as a judge, it must have hurt you so much, but I did apologize. I'm also a referee. I know when you are accused that you have received bribe, it hurts you when you have not. But from this point of view, I never knew it was as hard as that, because I was just concerned about postponement. I really apologize, and I will do a formal communication on the same, both to the committee and to Madam Gertrude. And please find area on your heart to forgive me.
Report.
Now, I received a letter from FKF CEO on October 24th, which was written to me as a person, as Wilfred Marori, not as a secretary of Nairobi County Football Association, nor was not written as a read petitioner of this petition in this house. I was invited to attend a meeting on October 30th to talk about matters in this house and matters in court, that is Sports Disputes Tribunal. And the letter directed me to be accompanied with other 4 members, rather. So, after consultations with this one, we discussed with we have a technical committee among us. After consultations and having been guided with our legal team, we saw it wise that we don't attend that meeting, because the matter which we were supposed to discuss, and in fact we were invited to Gold Project Kandanda House. The matters which we were supposed to discuss are legal matters and the constitutional matters. And from our point of view, the concern
illegal or
legal matters are legal and constitutional matters. As the reason as why FKF wrote to me as a person, not as a Nairobi County Football Association secretary, which I appear as a petitioner as a secretary of Nairobi County, but at the STD I appear as a person. Their interest was to discuss matters which are on the court of law, that is STD. That's why they wrote to me as a person. So I saw it wise not to attend such a meeting, because we cannot discuss matters which are before the court of law.
Okay.
Just hold on, Mr. Maroni. Just hold on, Mr. Maroni. You know, it was the committee that proposed that the two sides meet and discuss. Okay? So are you willing to meet and discuss? Because you know it appears you are not willing to discuss, and you'll be dragging the other members of the committee to issues which maybe they are not aware of. Can the other members confirm whether they are willing to discuss with the FKF or not? Because if you are not willing to discuss, we know from here. If you are willing to discuss, we give you time. Thank you. Yes.
Jado.
Your Honorable Chairman with the Senate Committee, I'm quite pleased with what you're doing. May the Lord bless you. 2, we are ready to discuss with the FKF and move forward. And I kindly request the Honorables, the Senate Committee on Labor, kindly, if it will be possible, if at least we can have someone at least who can mediate on that discussion, that will be a clear platform for us, and we'll come up at least with resolution. They come up with their proposals, we come up with our proposals, and then at least we harmonize. And therefore, the Senate Committee can give a clear direction and recommendation on the same.
Is there another different opinion other than that, or are you all in agreement?
Yeah, but we cannot mediate. What we are doing right now is we are mediating.
Yeah.
So just don't let us get into the arena and wear certain judges.
Let's just hear the opinion whether they are willing to meet or not.
I have a contrary opinion, Chair.
Hold. Any other member? Are you agreeing to meet or not?
Jennifer Malanda, Women of Vihiga County. I think we are ready for dialogue with FKF under the guidance of this Honorable House.
Good.
Thank you.
So, Marori, what is the different opinion you have?
My contrary opinion is, as a person and as a secretary of Nairobi County Food Association and a lead petitioner, I'm not for the dialogue. Reason being, legally, FKF were removed from office and they are operating illegally. Now we cannot discuss legal matters with people who have not complied with the laws of this country and the provisions of Parliament, that is Sports Act at 2013.
Chair. It feels like we're going backwards. We're going in circles again, because we have sat here, we have gone through the apology and the accusations in the apology, but still the lead petitioner is saying, on behalf again of everyone here, that he doesn't think that there should be any discussions had. So number one, it sounded like the issue was where you are meeting. It sounded like the issue was the letter that was written to you was addressed to you personally, so you had wanted perhaps the titles to be referenced differently. But in the same letter, Mr. Mallory, you said that you were invited to come plus 4 others. So it was not a personal meeting. It sounds to me like it was extended to members to join you, correct? Which means that it was regarding this matter. And so maybe those are just semantics. My question now is, what is your proposal? If you don't want to talk, but you want the matter to be resolved, those two things do not, 1 + 1 is equaling 0 right now. So what is your suggestion?
I was asked, I don't know whether I'm guided to respond.
Yeah, what is your opinion of way
My
forward?
opinion is, Honorable Chair and the rest, in our petition, the respondent was the Cabinet Secretary, who reinstated maybe, or he didn't reinstate, FKF NEC, who were removed from office with an organ of government, that is executive, and judicially, that is court, confirmed their removal from office. That's why we never petitioned FKF. We petitioned the Cabinet Secretary to come under Article 153 of the Kenyan Constitution to be heard in this House how he reinstated FKF who are out of office, who are removed from office, then from there the House to give a decision on the same.
Petitioner, sorry to cut you short, but if you approach this issue the way you are going, you will never come to an end. Because we directed you as a committee of this parliament, okay? We knew all that, but so that we bring this thing to an end. Because when you tell us that something is in court, we knew that. And therefore, we should not even handle the case because it is in court. That is actually where you are arriving at now. So, we decided that you go meet together, and after you agree, come back, and then that case will be withdrawn. So, if you bring now minister here, who here, you will never come to an end.
Honorable Chair.
Let's do this, Mr. Marori. Let's do this, Mr. Arori. You seem not to be in agreement with the other petitioners, isn't it? Is that so?
Yes, Senator.
You are not in agreement with them?
Yes.
They are willing to proceed and negotiate with FKF. We are not willing.
Yes, if they can, from their personal,
yes,
from their county positions.
Yeah.
That is, each county food association can do their
now let's
petition.
Let's agree on this. Let's agree on this, because you admit that you cannot discuss a matter that is before the court, isn't it? Is that so?
No. Yeah,
That
yes,
is what you say.
yes, Senator.
Now, in that case, you are not properly before this committee. Just withdraw yourself. We are waiting for your apology before you make a decision on what kind of punishment we are going to give you because of the issues that you raised of bribery and so on and so forth. So for the time being, so that we make progress, you excuse yourself and we allow you to go, subject to receiving the apology, and at the same time we see what we can do as a result of those communications that you did to our clerk and also to the Senate. Are we agreed on that? Because on the one hand you are saying you cannot discuss with FKF because the matter is before the court. On the other hand, you are here before us.
Honorable Senator, I think you didn't get me clear. The context of the invitation letter which was made.
No, we are here now. Don't go on to the invitation. We are here now.
Now,
yes,
when we are here.
And the last time the committee made a determination is they say the two of you go and discuss and give us a report. Isn't it? So you are saying you cannot meet them because the matter is before the court. Isn't it?
Senator, the invitation was made personally. I think they want to discuss me as a person.
You are here now. You are here now.
Way forward now.
As we go to way forward, Chair, okay. It is clear the majority want to negotiate. The petition before us is mismanagement of football in the country, not in one county. A lot of us want order in football. Kenya is hosting the Africa Cup of Nations in a few years' time. We want order. We want order. Now when we say about I was written personally, this, we are not going to proceed. I don't know how these other organizations, I mean from other counties, are going to proceed in this, because if there are people who are willing to talk to FKF, they should be given opportunity too, because we can resolve this issue. If 46 out of 47 counties agree, we are good to go.
Okay.
Chairman.
Yes.
Na kuomba kwa taadhima, manake mimi nimekuwa mwenyekiti wa wafanyikazi mpaka miaka mitatu katika chuo kikuu cha Maseno, and there is what we call in English ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution.
Yes.
Hakuna mahali ambapo kunaweza kosa suluhisho. The only thing probably that we lacked probably when we were trying to do this, and probably there's a gap of which maybe I might apologize for it, there was no term of reference for the two parties to meet. So we don't have any problem with the dialogue, but probably the terms of reference wasn't there. Number two, it is for our best interest to see that football continues smoothly. And Senator Faki, nakuomba tu kwa heshima kama pia Senator na rafiki, nakuomba tusirudi kule mahali ambapo ulikuwa nasema kukutana, nakuomba tu. Manake nimeona tena umerudi tena tuanze kutukaba kwa tena mahali ambapo tulikuwa. Kwa hivyo nakuomba tafadhali kwa msamaha tusonge mbele. Mwenyekiti nikimalizia.
Wajua tutasonga mbele ikiwa tutakubaliana. Sasa
kwa niaba
mwenzenu hajakubali kwamba ipo haja ya nyinyi kukaa na FKF kuzungumza.
Sasa naja hapo.
Atuambii walazimisha ile mnaotaka wanatoka wao.
Mwenyekiti.
Mkae mzungumze, mtuletee report ya mazungumzo yenu.
Asante mwenyekiti, namalizia kwa kusema hivi, na kuomba, najua kweli muda umeenda. Unaweza tupatia dakika 3 na kuomba tu kwa heshima kama mwenyekiti, kama Solomon. Maana siku hizi nakuita Solomon. Dakika 3 za kufanya majadiliano. Sisi kwetu tutakapokuja tumalize yetu. Na kuomba kwa heshima. Maana hatukutaka turudi tena. Sisi ndio tulikuwa tunataka hizo dakika 3 time out.
FKF ndio muende mkubaliane.
Tukua twende nje na FKF kwa hisani. Ni sisi. Asante sana mwenyekiti.
Thank you.
Nashukuru.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I am also equally shocked because when I was coming in with my team preparing to come here today, we didn't know that there was this kind of stuff in front of you. So we're also shocked the way you are shocked. So that is one. Two, I was elected to lead football, elected chair. So I represent all people and all parties in football, including this one, because I was elected. And so we have to listen to all views, but we also have to make decisions so that our country can move forward when we do so. Now, personally, I've been accused of bribing you, Chair. I know the committee has been offered an apology, and I'm happy for that. But sir, I have been accused. In fact, my accusation is even bigger than yours because you are many, and I am one, and I've been bribing all of you. That's the implication here. So, and the CS also. So, I want, as a way to move forward, as he apologizes, that I'm also requesting that this committee directs that he also apologizes to me, since he has said he has no evidence of such bribery. And if you help me there, Chair, I will let the matter lie there. But otherwise, if he cannot apologize, then I also, as an individual, have to take action and ask you for your guidance, because I'm sitting in front of you with an accusation that is also weighty. So that's point number one. Point number two, I'm making only 3 points, so I want to be brief because they've spoken all the hours. Point number two is that when we left here, Senator Faki, Honorable Faki was not here, and Madam Senator was also not here. What we had agreed, and which I immediately agreed to when you ordered, is that we sit immediately and start acting immediately. And in the room behind here, we sat there with all of them, Chair. They came, I sat with them, we had a very good talk. And from that meeting, we agreed that 5 of them will form a committee, 5 of my people will have a committee, and we will sit and talk. And before we left there, we were clear, Chair, it will not be able to happen because Harambee Stars national A team was playing against Gabon and Seychelles, the highest matches that are played in football. And as president, I am always head of delegation. That's one. 2, legally by constitution, I am the spokesman and the legal representative of FKF. So it was important for such an important negotiation for me to be there. So we told them, we will go away. Please allow us to go away. When we come back, we meet. But we agreed that my CEO seated next to me and Marori are the contact people. This was not just arbitrary. We agreed they're the contact people. The members agreed that they're contact people. And they continued to talk on phone. But when my CEO went out to reach out to Marori severally, on WhatsApp, on calls, he never responded. That is why we resulted to writing a letter on record to invite them to that meeting. But he sent out that letter. We have copies of file of what's proceeding with us that he has read. So we could not proceed. When we went to court, we told the court that the Senate wants us to negotiate.
Excuse me, Chair, does he have that letter?
We have copies. Sorry.
So can we be provided with those copies?
That's a copy of our file with all communication. So when we went to the court, sorry, because I wanted to move fast so I don't waste your time, Chair, we told court that we are in Senate. Senate intends to help us negotiate. Please allow us that opportunity to negotiate. No one loses anything. We are not going to call any election that prejudices anyone. But they refused. In front of God, they said they don't want. But in the wisdom, but in the wisdom of God, they allowed us time to go negotiate. They have allowed us until 7th to go back. But they are beginning to be impatient because they are saying it is their right to execute their matter in court, and therefore on 7th they will not allow us any more time if the Senate will not have made a move. And therefore, so we are caught in a situation that is tricky. We want, and I want to say this, we want to negotiate with them. We want to offer what we believe we can offer and we believe can solve this to them because we know what the problem is. But sir, if we are not allowed the space to do so, we cannot. And if we are called corrupt people, it becomes a problem, sir. So I am asking that if it's possible, this is what I'm going to suggest to the committee so that I don't speak again, because I think everybody has spoken for so long, we didn't speak. This is what I'm suggesting, Chair. That in my view, there is no lightning rod on this matter. The Harambee Stars is playing. Yesterday, Harambee Starlets have played against Botswana. We drew 1-1. And if we win the game away in Botswana for the ladies on Tuesday, next year we go to the AFCON for ladies. I am therefore traveling with the team this Saturday. And I will be away until Tuesday. I'll be back on Wednesday. Under 18 national team, as you might have seen on your TV, sir, is playing, we are hosting it, is playing in Kisumu. They are already in the semi-finals. Next week they will be in the final on Friday, God willing, because they have a semi-final on Tuesday. So what I'm asking is this, that we want to negotiate, that since I hear their bigger team still wants to negotiate, if they can agree today in front of you, who are those that we can negotiate with? Because remember, they are individual institutions. If they can agree to 8, and they can attest that they will speak for the others, then we set dates. But those dates have to be carefully picked, Chair, because we are not freely available since we have so many things to do. We have days when we can do it, and when we miss a date like today, it compromises a lot of things. So I'm asking that we want to negotiate with them as fast as possible, but I'm asking that we know who they are, and then we don't have to do this in 7 days. Because what is broken? There's nothing broken. In our view, there's nothing broken. And they will not be compromised because we promise this committee we will not call an election until you make a pronouncement. All right? When you make a pronouncement, because the problem would be if we go and do our own funny things with elections when you are doing this. If they are agreeable to that, then we can proceed and negotiate and close. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Masigi.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have heard what you have said very carefully. On the first point, I want to believe that the apology letter will reference all of those who have been accused on the communication that was made on the 13th through our Secretariat clerk. So I think that is already implied in my mind, that all people that are accused or mentioned, they will be addressed in the apology. Number 2, if I can give it a comparative to this committee, there's 9 members of this committee led by our able chair. When the chair is not available, this committee still moves. There will be a substantive chair who will be appointed so that a meeting can proceed, and then information will be relayed back to the chair, the standing chair of this committee, at a later date for decisions to be made. So if you're telling this House and members here that you can only come for meetings according to your timetable, and that we should all fit into your timetable, which is very busy, we've heard, and we thank you for the work that you're doing, running around Kenya and the continent. However, I don't think that these negotiations should be pegged on your timetable. So just as you have requested the petitioners to put together a team of 5, maybe even the petitioners might want to consider not having our lead petitioner there, since he has said he doesn't want to be involved in this part of the negotiations. Perhaps they will elect a new 5. Also you, Mr. President, you can also elect 5 people who you feel will be competent enough to represent you as you are going to be away, and then they can relay information back to you for a decision to be made, if decisions need to be made. But I think negotiations don't need the substantive chair, just like we as a committee don't always need Senator Murgo to be in the room for us to proceed. Otherwise, nothing will move. So those are my 2 submissions. Thank you.
Let's make progress towards conclusion.
I agree with you. I agree with my sister, what she has said. And I believe maybe the president of FKF is honest in his sincerity in explaining that he would like to have, I think, bona fide intention to have this matter settled. He has directed, he has said that if this committee will allow Marori and the rest of the team from all over the country to pick maybe 5. But as we are aware, there are 8 regions in this country. 8 regions, or in FKF, isn't it? Now, out of the 8 regions, if we could have 1, you meet. We are just suggesting. Yeah. Well, there should be 9. Okay, you can have. Yeah, or 7. So we can have 9 from your part, Mr. Marori, if you agree. If you don't agree, then the rest of the team cannot be held by one individual who says no. In Parliament, where you are sitting now, we go by majority. And I find it very funny that you are doing to the contrary when others are already willing, and you are accompanied by very established brothers of mine next to you, and the other one behind there, and one from Kajiado, and the rest of my sisters from Vihiga, and the rest. You should concede. Sometimes when you are a captain of the team, you are the person who normally runs to the referee if he wants to remove a red card and say, no, you can't give him a red card, he's my player, because the same offense has
Senator,
there,
as you speak, if you can give them a time frame, like meet when.
Yes.
I think we have to come down to that so that this thing happens.
But the bottom line is the president of FKF says he's committed. I don't know, he's coming back on Tuesday. And if he comes back on Tuesday, if he does not necessarily have to sit in those meetings, you don't have necessarily to sit in those meetings, President. You allow your PO to be there, and he can conduct that and give you the report. And I think that will be the way forward. That's the way I look. And secondly, finally, this Marori, what you have done, you have said, as an individual, you wanted to be written on behalf of Ea Kutambue kama uko Nairobi, si ndio? Wewe kama secretary, ngoja nikwambie, you are running dangerously. This committee will punish you because it is there in our standing orders. It is there in the law that you can pay up to 500,000 shillings fine to this house. That is a free advice to you. So you are either going to agree, either the Nairobi office suffers that consequence, or you enjoin the rest of the team here to pay that amount before we can even hear you. So I'm just warning you, don't think you can recklessly tell us what you want and move away and threaten us with going to the Upper Hill House. No. Just giving you a free advice. If you can take it, well and good. It's good for you and the rest of the team and the rest of the Kenyans in the country.
Members, I want to suggest Thursday,
Honorable
next week.
Honorable Chair, the President said we inform our team. The reason why I object, with due respect, he gave a condition that I have to remove the case as SDD, then we start negotiating. Unless and otherwise he removes that, because
normally, just a moment. Normally, if you have a case in court, you negotiate outside the court, you agree, and it's recorded that the court case is settled on the following terms. Okay? You don't remove the case first and then come and negotiate. You negotiate as the court waits. Okay?
My concern was there.
And I think they were given the date of 7th. The 7th of January or 7th of December? December. 7th of December. So maybe you can, for us as a committee, we may not force you on the 7th, because the 7th you are going there. But if you can have a meeting before the 7th, so that when you go there on 7th, you have something to report on. If it's not possible, then you can even ask for more time from the tribunal for you to be able to meet and discuss.
Honorable Chair, again, I was responding.
Be given permission. You can't just respond that.
And that is where we have a problem, Chair. I don't want to upset this committee and set us back. But it's so difficult for us. I am carrying a file that has everything regarding this matter today. But I cannot share it because some of the things here, if I share them in this forum, they are also the ones in court. And yet we have to defend ourselves. So the only way we can do is if we agree Thursday next week, then he also has to agree that we are going to go together in court and tell the court, since we are negotiating, please give us more time. We never asked him to pull out the case. We just said, we go to 7th and say, since the committee has instructed we negotiate, and we cannot finish perhaps on Thursday and meet the committee, then Chair, they allow us that we ask for another 2 weeks or something like that. Because if he doesn't agree, we cannot have this process and then also have the court process going on, because otherwise then he has to decide in this court before the Senate that then we continue in court and stop this. If we do this, please let's allow more time on the floor of court so we can go back and say to court, we went, negotiated and agreed ABCD. That's all we're asking.
Okay, members. Next Thursday.
No, Chair.
Oh,
next week, it not be possible to meet them because they are going to court on the 7th.
Yeah.
Okay. They are supposed to report in court on the 7th on the progress of the negotiations. So what we need to agree upon here is this: that just a moment, Maruri, just a moment. What we need to agree upon here is this: that if you want to negotiate, the 1 week may not be enough for you people to negotiate and agree on the issues. Okay, that's no. Even if they begin today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, we may not be able to have them convene before Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Okay, so we agree that even in the tribunal that the case is where the case is going on, they also request for more time to agree. Okay, if they fail to agree, they can go back to the tribunal and say, we have not agreed, let the tribunal decide and to make a decision on the case. We are not, there's no magic bullet on the 7th. Even if the tribunal hears the case on 7th, they cannot make a decision on the 7th. They'll have to get more time to make the decision. Okay, so these are the issues that normally go on in court. You don't get a decision on the same day.
So let's agree that you agree now to together go to court and ask for more time. Is that okay?
Honorable Chair, if you grant me permission, please,
okay,
with due respect. I think I don't want to look to be more contrary than others. I'm not difficult, but I'm stuck. Where I'm stuck is that the court case is about the individual, which is me. Here is about inclusivity. Now, because I want the progress of this house to continue, and because I can't meet the condition which the president is giving, that maybe we give time. In fact, court, they gave us time to negotiate, which court said on the 7th we are going for the hearing of the PO. So there is no more time for negotiations from the court. Now, I think from my point of view, with due respect, and if I'm guided, if it will be necessary for me to withdraw from this petition so that I concentrate on the case, court case, because in the court case, I am as an individual. But here, we are many, so that I withdraw from here, I continue with the court case, because it looks unfair for me to withdraw the court case, or rather to go and seek for more time, which I may feel it may delay the ruling of the court case. Then the Senate and my fellows to continue with this petition. With due respect, if I'm granted.
Kajiado.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman, with your guidance and wisdom. I kindly request that kuna kitu ndugu yangu Senator amesema haina shida, na pia jaji wetu pia alikuwa ametuelekeza wakati tulikuwa kwa Senate, wakati ilikuwa last time. Tungeomba ya kwamba haina shida, sisi tunaweza kuwa na negotiation ambao zinaendelea. Hata kesi ikiwa kotini, pia kesi inaendelea kuwa kotini. Then kutoka pale tuweze kukuja na proposals zetu tuweze kupatia Senate ili Senate waweze kutupatia recommendations. Then kutoka pale hata itakuwa vyema kwetu kwenda ku withdraw the case. So sioni kama kuna shida vile Senator Faki amesema, na pia judge wetu pia alikuwa amesema Masayo, tunaweza kuwa tuna kesi iendelee kwa sababu determination haiwezi imekiwa in a one day. Meanwhile negotiations iendelee pia ili tuweze kukuja na solution katika mambo ya mpira.
Free that chain. Let those others be in a position. But the difficult that I note that as a person who has been there is that they have dragged FKF, and FKF will not keep quiet. That there is this matter which is pending here, and there is this gentleman at the same time who was there last week. Of course, these among the defense mechanisms, where they will say they can't have their cherry and eat it at the same time.
So, Chair, with your permission?
Yes.
This is the difficulty in this matter. The matters that we are prosecuting here, and we come always in good faith and ready, that when you make a direction, we will comply to it, because where we serve, we have to comply with your directions. But also the difficulty that we face, Chair and Senators, is that he wants to be in court and also be here. The material we have to defend ourselves in court are the same material to use here. It therefore means, sir, with due respect, that we cannot negotiate if he doesn't get out of court, because he's prosecuting the same matters, sir.
Just give me a minute.
Yes, sir.
We are going to remove him from these proceedings so that he concentrates on that case on his own.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
If I just respond to that. Since he's prosecuting the same matters about removing us from office in court in different ways, and we need to use the same materials, if you remove him from here, then you're tearing us apart, sir. Why? I will have to have lawyers in court presenting that evidence, and I will have to have them with his team in negotiation. If I tore my team apart today and I took them to court that side, and they came here in this side, it would be unfair for them. What I'm asking is that since they supported the matter in court and they say we should remove it, then senators, allow us one thing. Allow us either to negotiate or tell us, go to court, when you finish, come back. But please, don't tear us apart, because the day you're saying we meet, in 2 days we have to prepare, in 1 day we have to prepare and be in court. So he will walk away, he will leave his colleagues with us negotiating. We need to use the same materials to do the same and come in front of you. And then, kotini kule, Senator, tunaenda kutumia the same. It is actually not possible.
Here you are dilemma, yes. Nafikiri mwenyekiti, in order to make progress, this matter is coming up to court on 7th of December, okay? As our standing orders provide, we cannot deal with the matter that is before the court. We had wanted you to sit down and negotiate so that we have an amicable solution, as Nani anavyosema, ADR, alternative dispute resolution. But it appears we may not reach there, okay? So for now, we are going to give you time, okay? We are not to give you time to either prosecute the case before the tribunal or agree on something and come back and report, okay? We shall give you that time, and when you are back, when our secretariat will write to you, maybe after 30 days, to find out the progress that has been made, whether either the tribunal has given a decision or you have agreed to negotiate and come up with an amicable solution. That way we are not favoring any party. We are just giving you time to sort out the matter in the tribunal or come up with an agreement that will be acceptable to both parties. Tumekubaliana ndugu nyote huko. Nurdin Taib, tumekubaliana na mimi kwa hivyo. Sawa, thank you. Chairman, I think we can adjourn.
So I think the conclusion is you proceed with the matter in court until it is concluded otherwise, and when you will need our help, you're welcome back. But what I can advise Maruri, if I were you, I would not take things of corporate personally. Don't treat it like this is your egg. You have to protect, you have to personally deal with it. Because where your tempers flared is when you took it personally. And I don't know what influence you had on that day, either bus ilikuwa mingi ama nyasore. So just, you know, tone it down. Don't make it like, this is my thing. I have to take it this way. It has to happen this way. This is for watu. Na watu wataelekeza vile wanataka. So don't cause yourself pressure on things that are not yours. So
you are treading very dangerously, I can tell you. And I would like to offer this second advice. That if you go there, one, chances of winning or losing are 100%. Winning or losing. If you lose, he'll be more determined now to move with that case. And not here. He would come here and say, no, I can't have it two ways. We can't discuss. Let that matter go to court and let it end there. You'll have landlocked all the rest behind you. I'm just cautioning you. And if you say yes, you want to have that matter there rested or settled, you come back, you face him, and with a team behind you, you negotiate, you are bound to achieve. Because the president is ready to accommodate and talk to you and hear your views, see where you can balance and how you can help soccer in this country. That is my parting shot. Chair, you can continue.
Yeah.
Yes. Briefly, please.
Mwenyekiti, mimi nimefurahi sana mahali tunapoelekea, ingawa pia ndugu yangu Seneta Mazayo ametoa jambo fulani ambalo pia limenitia wasiwasi na moyo wa dukuduku, moyo ambao umejeruhiwa madungwa na mwiba. Hizi kesi za mahakama saa zingine zinaweza kuchukua hata miaka 15. Tutakuaje tuko miaka 15 tunaendelea na kesi kama hii? Kwa sababu kweli kesi iko inaendelea upande ule mwingine, lakini pia saa zingine inatakana pia tuangalie hiyo sura upande huu mwingine itakuwa namna gani. La pili, rais wa shirikisho aache kutupatia pia vikwazo kwamba kama yeye hayuko, wewe uko na vice president Doris Petra, yeye ni makamu wako. Sio mimi natoa mfano kama sasa hii Raila na Rais Ruto na Raila, mazungumzo yalikuwa yanaendelea bila wao, wakapewa ripoti. Sio lazima uwe hapo kwamba nasafiri huku naenda huku nitatoka bara nirudi upande huu mwingine kushoto kulia. Pana waachilia mazungumzo kama unataka yaendelee bila kutuweka jela. Ni hayo mwenyekiti.
Lakini nyinyi tayari mko jela kwa sababu ya kiongozi wenu ambaye pia anataka kuwa pande yote mbili. Anataka kuwa katika Senate na anataka kuwa katika kotini, na ugumu wa kesi hii unatoka kwake. So ninyi pia mmekuwa locked. Hata huyo afadhali. So FKF.
Chair, we have a sponsorship launch that is waiting for us on the floor. It was 2 o'clock. If you allow us to run, we can leave you with them. Maybe they will get inspired and dialogue with us when you're not. If you allow me, please, because like.
No, nafikiri tumemaliza kwamba kotini iendelee. Alafu mtakapo hitaji msaada wetu mnakaribishwa. Si tumekubaliana? Kwa hivyo members, nafikiri yes. Kwa hivyo tuna John na alete apology na pia